Okay, survey the thingy, but we got it. No. Saw a guy's pet, whatever with his name, Hemingway, and I thought I had the little ones following me. I mentioned how much I love filler quests that have literally nothing to do with anything, but you gotta do them anyway. Because they just couldn't do without just throwing them in the store. Nice. Sick, nasty. Thank you so much. Really hope the water extraction, is worth these harrowing experiences. I'll bar the fun, some might say, but I'd rather not be burnt to a crisp if that's all the same to you. Ba-da-ba-bam. Da-da-da-da-da-da. No, he's got the speed bike. Fuck. Cheater. Fucking cheater. My friends, I bid you welcome to Logenston Alpha. Logensticon? Logenston Alpha. Our destination doth lie at the top, at the lift's top. Pray follow me. Oops. Ba 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 da ba. You'll need to use this lift should you wish to go to the medial circuit. Let me know. You're headed that way. I am. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Marvelous. Simply marvelous. So this is where the magic or science, rather, takes place. The perfect environment to sustain life. Artificially created. The knowledge we'll gain here will be essential when we start looking for new stars for your kind to inhabit. Apparently, most of them don't even have air for you to breathe. You're all very lucky that Aetheris just so happens to provide everything you need to thrive. Or did mankind turn out the way they are because of the available resources, I wonder? Either way, it's nothing short of miraculous. I cannot wait to see more of it. Again, right, like, this whole like going to different planets thing, I think is just a waste. Because we have nothing to shield us from the despair anyway. Agriculture shock. It was all very wonderful, I'm sure, but I was rather hoping to learn more about your nourishment provision facilities. In other words, where's the food? I believe both the knowledge and consumables you seek may be found at Merrill Ergonomics. As I imagine Singway and the others intend to study every conceivable facet of this apparatus. Must that be so kind in escorting our visiting culinarian? Yeah, that sounds much more interesting. Hopefully I will be able to see firsthand some of the delicacies Orion J was telling me about. Even his incredibly vivid, if not too verbose descriptions cannot compare to sampling them myself. Not to mention Aetheris will soon be no more, so I must learn all I can while there's still time. Let us brook no further delay. Bum bada 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 bada. Da da dum 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 da da da. Stray garlic. I'm a homie made it. I can have a homie that was playing the DC earlier. So sad. Don't come after me, garlic. This is the place, yes? The heady aroma was enough to guide me here, and I've spotted several of the fruit and vegetables featured in our compendium. I'd dearly love to try some, but I read that those who help themselves to a farmer's crop without permission are often caught and put into pies. Perhaps you could ask whoever's in charge if they would be willing to part with a few samples. Cooking ways now accompany you. Yep, sick. Come on, cooking way. Let's go find some stuff. Got anything over here, Mr. Jebke? What a fine mess this is. Ah, it's you, the one who climbed down the mine shaft. I know. I'd show you around if I could, but I'm rushed off my feet preparing for the Exodus. I'm not the only one. We've all got to find ways to do what we do down here, up there. First on the moon, then on whichever star the form decides will become our new home. It's all so sudden, so unreal. Do you want to go to the moon? Well, it's better than waiting for the final days to claim us, but no matter how carefully it's all planned, we'll never be able to take every variety of flora and fauna with us. Even the ones we can take may not survive in their new environment, so many species doomed to extinction. That's not what you came to talk about, is it? Nothing quite so dire, I assure you. We merely wish to sample a little bit of your produce, if we may. By all means, help yourself. Much appreciated, my good fellow. Where to begin? Oh, what are these? There's grapes? Yes. Let's see if they are as delicious as they look. So sweet, so sour. The taste is much like a ripe philosopher's carrot, and yet the texture is entirely different. The contrast between the outer skin and the fruit within is most peculiar, though far from unpleasant. Yes, I think I'll try another. Grapes, new favorite food. That's certainly given me food for thought. Ha! Got him. Though in a far less visceral manner than any philosopher's carrot. Please tell me, what is your opinion on grapes? I'd brave an erupting volcano for a joyous bunch. I do like some grapes. Yes, they're rather moorish, aren't they? And from what I've read, quite versatile too. Something about people stepping on them to make intoxicating beverages, as I will call. Anyway, it's enough about grapes for the time being. On to the next treat. Could be some apples over here. Orange by name, orange by nature. Oh, let's see them. Let's see. What came first, the fruit or the color? Who cares? Let's eat. Yes, that's equal parts sweet and sour, as with the grapes, yet nothing alike. I may have to consult Orion J about expanding my vocabulary. I simply cannot find the words to describe it. Perhaps what I'm looking for is bitter. This is all very complicated, you know? So many flavors, so many choices, and each individual with their own personal preferences. Now I see why you all turned your noses up at the idea of eating nothing but carrots. Marvelous, though. They still are in my estimation. Let no one say I said otherwise. But speaking of carrots, I have yet to sample any of the vegetables. Let's see what's in the field over there. You want to eat tomatoes? I like tomatoes. Color, the texture. Some sort of enormous round carrots. Pumpkins. Oh, in any case, proper nomenclature is less of a concern than the taste. Ugh, so hard and flavorless. Might as well be chewing a piece of wood. Balba confirms it. These are nothing more than misbegotten failures masquerading as godly carrots. Stop. Can't you see that these are pumpkins? And no one with any sense would try eating them raw. You're supposed to cook them first. Not find it an awful bother. Far from it. Cooking is a joy unto itself. What's more, it broadens the range of ingredients that we may safely eat. But above all else, cooking allows us to draw out the full potential of our produce. Pumpkin stew has been one of my favorite dishes for as long as I can remember. And perhaps even these hard blocks of plant matter can become as delicious as the orange I sampled. I wonder though, is there anything even more delicious? How about that yellow fruit over yonder? Bananas? Some bananas? No, lemons. See? What a wondrous fragrance. With luck, they'll have a flavor to match. As I have no idea how these are eaten, I'll just bite into it. My tongue is just poison. Is this poison? A lemon? I mean, it's supposed to taste like that? How could something so similar to an orange be so revolting? Yeah. Maybe some time before my palate recovers from this ordeal. As such, I'd best call an end to this round of sampling. Let's say our farewells and return to the others. Finished, have you? I trust you found something to your liking. I'm rather enamored with grapes and oranges, less so with pumpkin, and they all learned the hard way they're not to be eaten raw. Then there was the lemon. The deceiver. I still feel so violated. First time, was it? I'd hate for you to leave with a bad taste in your mouth in more ways than one, so I'll give you this lemon muffin I baked. If this doesn't change your opinion, nothing will. More lemon? Have I not suffered enough? Nevertheless, it would be remiss of me if I spurned this opportunity. Bit of sick came up there. Learn more of your inscrutable ways. Very well, lemon muffin, do your worst. This is delicious. It's delicious. Although I still detect a hint of lemon, it complements the sweetness of the dough to create a perfect harmony. I never would have guessed its vile bitterness could be utilized so elegantly. My good chap, this is simply breathtaking. See, rarely use lemons in a natural state, but it has a starring role in all sorts of recipes, and the same is true for many other ingredients. It comes down to making the most of the resources at our disposal. Sometimes, that can even be the difference between life and death. I know we want to be able to take every species with us. No doubt the Forum agonized over what was worth preserving, what will be consigned to history. Hard choices, but make them we must if we are to survive. Such strength of will. Now I know what Highland sees in your kind. Mankind, the Loporrits, were both born from the accumulated knowledge of the ancients. They learned all there is to learn about the nature of sentient life, the fates of the stars themselves. Once a civilization has fulfilled the basic requirement for survival, it will inevitably seek to eliminate all forms of negativity and achieve perfection. And therein lies its folly and its downfall. For perfection is an unobtainable ideal. It is the paradox of the immaculate carrot. Yet civilizations since time immemorial have deemed the pursuit of perfection as progress. They pay no heed to the costs incurred in their futile quest, and all too often become the architects of their own demise, their dreams forever unfulfilled. What then is the alternative? The answer lies in knowing that our existence can never be perfect. To be content with what we have and make the most out of it. Live your own life. Do with what you want, dude. Life gives you lemons. Make lemon muffins. This is gonna be my new Discord tag after this. Pardon my Orzian, but what in the seven hills are you on about? Who are you anyway? Cooking way at your service. I'm here to prepare for the trip to the moon. Once you get there, you'll be able to try my carrots. I've been growing all different kinds, but don't worry. There'll be room for your crops too. We'll work together to preserve as many of Aetheris' species as possible, if you're up to the challenge. Yes, of course. I'll look forward to it. This has all been highly productive. Probably. Let's go and see if Burion J and the others have run out of machinery to inspect, shall we? All of these quests, it feels like I'm speed reading an entire essay and fucking up 90% of the words. It's great. I love filler quests. Nothing makes me more happy. Ba-ba-ba. The Gobwalker. I like how the gun shakes. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. You guys done looking at weird stuff? One second, sorry. Go. That was the most enlightening. Especially the part with the lemon muffin. Actually, I was wondering, do you know of any other places famed for their cuisine? Lemons is home for the Culinarians Guild and many less than savory establishments. Bad time to visit. The more I learn of Aetheris, the more I wish we could spare from the final days. Last Hudlin's orders ardently not to resist. If only there was some other way. Speaking of Sage Council. So I trust thy time at Rural Ergonomics did bear fruit. Get out. Get the... There's the door. There's the door. The fuck up. Our own efforts, too, were rewarded. Now we possess an embarrassment of educational riches. No doubt our guests' relentless pursuit of knowledge could occupy them and us for a fortnight. Alas, time is of the essence. Let's return to Shalom Heaven forthwith. I shall gladly attend to each and every loprit there. Should further questions within my power answer arise. Aww. To the hamlet. What we doing? Quests? Don't mind if I do. Voice acted? Fuck. Sigh. Yes, Zoe, that was indeed me verbalizing a sigh to express my emotional state. You want to know why? Because I saw the reconstructed environmental data for Aetheris at Loginson Alpha, that's why. The forest so lovely and so leafy. Are all of your forests like that? They're verdant, at least. The trees of Dravania stand particularly proud. Gasp, gasp, I say. The star is so wonderful, it comes as no surprise that you're reluctant to leave it behind. I was a fool to think otherwise. Assume that the moon was something worth being proud of. How ridiculous we must seem to you, trying so hard yet achieving so little. Yeah, you little shit. Know your place. Not at all. Thy works are no less worthy for their uniqueness. Thought I heard my tiny voices. Thancred! It's Thancred! How dost thou fare? I was able to glean a fair bit from the researchers while helping to move their cargo. Preparations have proceeded without interruption here. Despite news of the coming end, we have the forum's leadership to thank for that. Doesn't mean people aren't worried, though. Quite the opposite. Knowing disaster could strike at any moment, they hurry to complete their work, equally aware of a single error could be the difference between life and death, and we can hardly tell them that there's no cause for concern. Perhaps not, though. Oh my god. Perhaps not, though. Aided by our godly growing way, we may yet find other ways to lighten their burden. Me be of use to people? I'm honored that you would think of me so capable, but I'm not sure that I'm up to the challenge. Nevertheless, I believe in thee. You say so. I suppose it can't hurt to try. I passed someone moping in the Western Plaza that looked to be in need of a helping paw. Perhaps you should start with him. Tis a good place as any. Sorry guys, 1 second. Fuck. Oh lol. Something stupid. That's okay, I'll fix it later, I guess. Oopsies. Oopsies. Okay. Alright. Time to go cheer this person up before they turn into a fucking monster. Troubled researcher. It's on your mind, friend. Can I help you? It is you who would help me. My anxiety truly so obvious. Burden shared is a burden eased. Pray tell us of thy troubles. Those old fellows do look like good listeners. I'm an engineer, you see. What they say of the ship, it's the sum of the decades of Charlian's ingenuity. It's built with peerless, elegant technology. It's all true, but I know, but none of that's a guarantee. We've never before launched a star-faring vessel, let alone flown it to the great expanse. All the tests we've run have been on the ground. Only operational personnel and cargo will be aboard for the first voyage, but even so, if it fails us then, what can we do? If it doesn't, fall apart in the next flight, or the one after that. We've done everything we can to prevent that from happening, but it hardly matters. We thought the Aetherburner's design was flawless too, and look how that turned out. Aren't thou familiar with these most daunting technologies? And thus dost thou hold the power to ally his fears. Oh, I'm not sure about that, but well, maybe you could tell me if there are any aspects of the ship's design that you're especially worried about. Our ability to walk about and perform our tasks, for one. I've devised a means by which to employ gravity, a spatio-temporal spell, to regulate the environment. But what if it's not strong enough? What if everyone floats away and begins crashing into things as soon as we've left the star? Gravitation. Maybe I can help after all. Up there is not so different from down here, you see. The same rules apply, and if you consider them as part of a bigger, as one big cosmos, rather than separate places. Womp 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 womp. I suspect both parties shall find comfort in this conversation. Yes, if Thancred's tell be true, still others would benefit from insights born of experience. Might prevail upon the leopards to attend them. excellent idea, if I do say so myself. There is not we'd like more than to ease the hearts of the fine people of Aetheris and learn more about them while we're at it. Well, glad I am to hear. Gather thy companions and bring them hither. Zoe, thou hast a gift for finding souls in need of succor. They seek thee out the distressed and the apprehensive, and inform them help is at hand. I shall await here, that I might introduce each to a suitable loperate. Yay! More filler fetch quests! Oh, I do so look forward to it. A place for every loperate, and every loperate in their place. I love the story of this game, but I would like to get back to the story of this game. Concerns? Hey, there's no point in worrying at this stage. It'll only make the work go that much slower. One seems to be coping well. Body not coping so good. Anybody's mental boom? About you, capricious researcher. Aha, the end of the world is nigh, yet the work goes no faster. Schedules are still temperamental things. Feasible one moment, utter blockades the next. And yet, I've never felt so alive. This one is beyond your help. Only sleep can save her now. You, yes you, idiot. Have you seen an envelope lying around? This imbecile refuses to give me the alchemic I ordered without the bloody slip of parchment. I haven't seen shit. Your friends have a spell to make me remember where I dropped my damn envelope. I doubt there'll be more help than you. You've wasted enough of my time already. It'd be unfortunate for all involved to inflict this man upon the Loperates. This was like 8 fucking people? Good lord. My face? What's wrong with my face? Ow. Perhaps I'm a bit tense. I was tasked with ensuring that the proper fauna and only the proper fauna are brought with us to the moon. However, the suitability of a few species is still under debate, and I can hardly make the decision myself when I know so little about the environment out there. Including Loperates in our discussions is a wonderful idea. I absolutely will, thank you. Perhaps their biology itself might offer some clue as well. Soul Dark Collaborators. I suppose that would be more efficient than sitting here brooding. I'm attempting to calculate how much cargo we can consolidate into fewer trips. Did the Aetherburner make our original estimates unfeasible? But there are simply too many variables. I feel as if my brow will turn inside out. But perhaps our lunar associates will have more insight into how much weight constitutes too much weight for our purposes. Thank you for letting me know. I'm gonna help you. Oh yeah, do you need some loppers? Mine with a lovely idea. I too noticed people becoming rather tense, so I rushed out to pluck some fresh and fragrant tea leaves. Now I only need to track down 100 or so cups. But don't you worry, I can manage. I hope your plan to cheer everyone up goes well. This woman is doing better than you are. That she does not have to do fucking... Oh, she is doing a fetch quest, actually. Imagine enjoying fetch question. If anything's bothering me, well, I've been loading cargo for bells now. My back feels like a void synth played it as a piano. My feet and knees are drums and cymbals too. It seems fine. Need of a break. leave him to my misery. The forum can appoint someone else. I apologize. I simply just don't know what to do. How am I supposed to pilot the Ark if I'm already falling apart under the pressure? You know, a starship pod that I might speak with, truly? Yeah, it's a little bunny rabbit. Well then, there's no time to waste. They can help me prepare for this monumental task. Be over. Oh my, this is the dumbest shit. Yeah, we did it. Yeah, I don't think I was supposed to go over that, but fuck. Have you heard anything about what's on the moon? I have no doubt we can make it up there, but the searching for a new star part of the plan sounds awfully vague to me. I asked the forum, but they will only tell me that our collaborators have everything under control. Forgive me, but I don't feel particularly safe wandering through the sea of stars on gods know what, made by gods know who. You can go talk to them if you want. You just say that I can speak to them directly? Amazing. Hope they like questions. God, I hope I'm done with the Loppers after this. Jesus Christ. I hate them. Yeah. Ba-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. Apologies, but I am awaiting a delivery. Whatever it is, we'll have to wait. Peter seems too busy to chat. I'm gonna go see who I missed. Ba-dum-ba-dum-dum-dum. 56 bunches of weeds in the ground, 56 bunches of weeds, whip one out, add to the mound, 55 bunches of weeds in the ground. Eep, I'm not neglecting my duties, I swear. I was in need of a little break, you see, but then I found myself unable to relax at all, so I went for a walk and then I noticed these weeds and... pleasant conversation partners? Oh, and fuzzy. Goodness me, that does sound much better, a much better way to relax. Hyperventilating engineer. By the gods, my chest is tight. Am I dying? Is this what dying feels like? God, I hope so. Oh, do pardon me. Didn't see you there. There's no cause for concern, I assure you. No cause for concern. Even though we may need to depart at any moment, and if the hull I designed buckles under the strain, the entire vessel may explode and launch, claiming countless lives and dooming all mankind, but that is highly unlikely. Yes, highly unlikely. Our visitors can help me triple check our structural flaws, you say? Well, that would be wonderful. I'm breathing more easily already. Good luck, Fred. Good luck, Fred. Hope your mind is at ease. Put in there, nice. Oh. Blasted assistants. What have they gone off to at a time like this? Beg pardon, but I have not the time for idle chit-chat. I need to reconfirm that aether levels are consistent throughout the vessel's machinery, and it seems I shall have to do it single-handedly, I swear, when I find those assistants of mine. Actually, you got some helpers, you want some bunny rabbits. Operates are willing to help, you say? At least they won't moan about how they checked 24 times already and haven't slept in weeks. Lazy sods. Only weeks. Get some composure. This last person. Hello? Anybody here? Need some assistance? Oh, I am you. Calm researcher. X'd out. Worries. No, I believe I'm fine. Thank you. I've been confiding in my colleagues, and that's helped a lot so far. Can't recommend enough. The street already has support that she needs. Fuck. Already went around this way, so hello. What am I thinking about? The medical facilities of the ship, of course. I designed them with the assistance of our sages and shurigans. But to imagine every illness or injury that one might face in the gray expanses beyond any of us. Say nothing of the effects that living out there indefinitely might have on the body. Crew from the moon? Why did I not think of that? I mean, they're bunnies, so I don't know if the body composition matters much, but yeah, sure. Sure, dude. What's up, Oriange? Behold, Zoe. Thine efforts, word hath spread throughout the Labyrinthios. Verily to greater number than we anticipated, living wade doth gather more Lumperts as we speak. I shall assign each in accordance with their skill. The new bonds of friendship might be forged. Do greater matters require not thine attentions, watch over them, I prithee. Womp 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 womp.
Phew! Oh, finally some rest.
Thank
Well,
God.
I
That's what I'm
haven't spoken so much in forever.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Lively, isn't it? The town is abuzz. Everyone eager to meet with our friends on the moon.
Twould behoove you to consult with Sleeping Way. As our moon's pilot, his advice should be most pertinent.
I'm impressed. Truth be told, I struggle to tell one from another. No offense intended, of course.
None taken. After you and your friends left Mare Elementorum, we spent no small amount of time with your Urianger. Oh, the conversations we had. He told us all about Atheris, answered our every question, no matter how trifling or trivial.
I would just kill you.
Look!
Please shut up.
Every page filled to the margins with knowledge. When I first arrived, I was struck by how little I knew. It was daunting. But then I realized that were it not for Urianger and his teachings, we'd still be stuck on the moon, gazing at your world and wondering what we've been missing.
What would they think if they could see Urianger now? I dare say they'd be more than a bit surprised. And impressed, no doubt. Master Louisoix, Minfilia, Papalimo, and not to forget...
Oh there. Heard there was a visiting expert who we might bother with a few questions. I take it you'd be the one.
Yes, I am.
Who's that?
Wilson and Blovida. Charlian's foremost researchers in the field of teleportation magic, and Moonbreeder's parents.
Oh, I see.
It hath been some time. Tis good to see you in good health.
Likewise, old friend. Blavida and I were most honored to answer the call. Never expected this reunion, though, did we, dear?
Oh no.
I'll say, the nerve. Sending that letter, then running off to the gods know where.
Hello?
Do you have any idea how worried we were?
I'm sorry. 'Twas remiss of me not to deliver the news in person. No, more than that. 'Twas I who...
Our daughter was disillusioned after Master Louisoix left her behind. The day the Scions called upon her was the happiest I'd seen her in years. She made her every choice of her own free will. No one could have ever forced her to do otherwise. Don't blame yourself for her death. Celebrate her life. You know that's what she'd want.
If there is one thing we resent you for, it was that we could not be there to mourn her with you. Reading the words you penned in that shaky hand, we must have cried as much for you as we did for her.
I'm sorry. I truly, truly am. I knew not what to say. Knew not how to express my feelings. The poems and platitudes of wiser men, musings on sadness and loss, studied and memorized, and meaningless in the moment.
Silly boy. We are all powerless before such grief. Even now, try as I might, the words escape me. But in our hearts, we know. We always know.
Always knew.
I remember when you were young, how the lads teased you for choosing the company of books over others. Our moon didn't take kindly to that. Be nice to Urianger, she'd shout, and give them a walloping, no matter how many times we scolded her.
So we offered a suggestion. Rather than starting fights, why don't you be the bridge between Urianger and the others? She had to mull it over for a while, arms crossed, brow furrowed in intense thought. But from that day on, she never let you be alone. She'd drag you outside to play, pepper you with endless questions, read the same books you read, all to try and understand you that much better. I'm sure it was annoying and exhausting at the time, but she only ever had the best of intentions.
And look at you now, at the center of the crowd. The reason there even is a crowd, having brought these people together.
Hello?
You've no idea how proud we are.
Fuck out of the way, Urianger. Have you heard of me?
To
Fetcher
see
of
the
quests.
boy our daughter trusted and believed in more than anyone grow into the man she always knew he could be. I can see her in you too. Feel her. She walks with you wheresoever you go. So thank you, Urianger, for being who you are.
I think I can feel her too. The truth of her life. Not sorrow, but hope and love.
This moon breeder. She was important to him, wasn't she?
You can ask the man himself.
Oh, no. But watching this exchange reminds me how much I've yet to learn about your world. And its people.
You can live here your entire life and hardly learn a thing.
True.
And that's why it's too soon for this to end.
Alright. Next. Oh, Zoe. Be assured that I am fine. I am. Well, glad to see them too, after so very long. Better still that it was in your company. As difficult as it was to accept their kindness, it would have been far harder had I faced them alone. Yay, boots. I still like the look of the other fucking armor better. Heather and yarns. The yams. Yarns. Thou hast my gratitude for lending courage to the Loprits. I dispose the rest of their laurels. Survival of our guests have elected to accompany my countrymen to their stations. Some few may still come hither seeking counsels, and so shall I remain to aid them as need be. Thou art needed elsewhere, do not let me detain thee. Matter of fact, I was hoping you might check on Alice. Last I saw, she was struggling to carry an enormous pile of boxes out to the west gate. I could go myself, but we both know whose help she'd less like to scored. Not to mention that, much of my misfortune, I can think of several other things I ought to be doing. Till later. More fetch quests, or is this just swapping out one fetch quest for another? We're getting closer to the next little circuit thing over here. Oh, dress like that, dude. Say, Alice. Wait, what are you doing here? I'm here to help. I don't mind you if you help with the boxes, but it's far from the most exciting of tasks. Are you sure? Oh, you have no idea what I just did for the past hour. Well, I appreciate the assistance. We need to get these to Apora. Time is short, of course, but they're full of organic specimens and samples. They're trying not to be too rough with them. Alphino should be waiting for us when we arrive. See you there. Okay. So. Each passing second. Nice. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-dum. I'm here with the crate. Crate of goods. Oh, you're helping with the crates? Wonderful. So you can put that there with the others. You have my gratitude, but how did you come to be involved in this? Well, you see, I was doing some weird shit. Ah, I suppose I have Thancred to thank as well. You're wondering why we were tasked with bringing these boxes to Apora. To begin with, so was I. It turns out this has been made of a base of operations of sorts. Those with the final say as to what is included in the ship's manifest can be found here. Father included, I suspect. That should be everything. You carried all that at once? Are you trying to injure yourself? Oh, hush, they're lighter than they look. And not everyone has your delicate arms. I suppose we should let someone know we finished? The old Paladin is in the courtyard. You can go report to him. Why don't you come along? You should get credit for your assistance, at least. Considering where we are, and we might even have to learn something interesting. Boom, boom. Aura. Get the right first. Gimme, gimme. Up the Opal. Gods never ends, does it? What can I do for you? Brought samples from Charlie and Hamlet, Series 110. The crates are by the entrance. Ah, thank you. I expected one of my colleagues, but you're dreadfully short-handed. Just a moment. You're Portiona's children, aren't you? Alphino and Alze at your service. We're well acquainted with father, I take it. What? I've been friends with your parents since our days at the studium. I remember when you were about yay high, whiling hither and thither. Clearly it's been a long time since we've met. It was good to see you again, building your father's new liths, no less. You knew our parents were, when they were young. What were they like? May spare no detail. I should like nothing more than to regale you. Alas, I am meant to be in charge here, and reams of paperwork, one for submission. Thank God. We can help with that in exchange for sort of stories our parents would never willingly divulge, of course. Look. Very well then. There happen to be 3 sets of documents in need of delivery, so how about you each take one? We're right there. You'll find a foreign representative waiting to collect these near the southernmost structure. I hope I haven't kept her waiting too long. Never mind, Alphino and Alze. I'm certain they'll be back soon enough. Now is it up or down? Not sure. It's down. Here's your thingy. Ain't that one of the signs of the 7th Dawn? I thought you were meant to be working on the Aetherburner. Yeah, it's kind of at a standstill right now. Doing fetch quests until then. Theo Paladin's paperwork. I was beginning to worry he had misplaced the quill. I appreciate your help in seeing these documents in my hands at last. As for your other tasks, pray keep this between us, but I sincerely hope you saw and succeed. The Exodus is without a doubt the most monumental undertaking in the history of the Forum, so we must be circumspect in all respects. Risk is a privilege we cannot afford ourselves. At its heart, however, Charlian has ever been a nation of the curious. It would be a tragedy, indeed, if we were the ones to stymie your pursuit of the truth. Ooh. Quick and efficient, I dare say you have a talent for this work. The twins' papers only need to be delivered to elsewhere in the facility, so they should be returning at any moment. Yeah. We return with not a scrap of paperwork remaining on our persons. You will note. Both have my thanks and my apologies for sending you on an errand far below your ambitions. Why, even as a babe, you struggled out of your swaddling clothes. And? That's quite enough of that, thank you. It was compromising stories of our parents that we asked to hear, to reiterate. Of course, of course. I've known your father for so long. You must have something. Well, as you know, part of why Levier name garners such respect in Charlian is your family's storied history. You two can trace your ancestry directly to those who came aboard Necombriff's Hope, a lineage few can claim. I never thought much of it myself. It's not as though our forebears founded our nation. They were simply there when it happened. Nevertheless, it has traditionally been a point of pride. This is why Necombriff's pronouncement re-announced the ways of war and pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason has ever been our family's creed. So your grandfather's in time, Archon Louis Soir looked not to Necombriff's words, but his deeds. He asserted his defiance of his peers, that choosing to save the great and the small from the rising tides was a true mark of our founder's virtue. Perhaps it was his expertise, his knowledge of ancient prophecy and the fall of civilizations that led him to continue to eschew conflict at every turn, was to consign mankind to his doom. There will ever be conflict and calamity to follow. Thus, to ignore the plight of those one